So did you have a girlfriend in college?
I did. She cheated on me with my best friend. And
Well, how is it hold on. Did he know that was your girlfriend?
yeah, we dated for like 4 years, yeah.
And he knew?
He was my roommate, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So what did you I say, bro, how you do that, man? You my roommate, bro. How you do that?
Yeah, we didn't talk for a while. And then I'll tell you something cool. I still love this guy. I've known this guy his whole life. And look, I don't talk to that woman. I've known this guy for too long. This is, I don't know, this is guys. Yeah. Maybe you'll get this. And we've been in touch since I moved to New York. We kept in touch. We'd hit back, and I'd hang out with him every now and then. And then I hadn't been back to a Florida State game. And then I went back to Florida State Syracuse like 3 years ago. And he goes, hey, I want to set you up with the athletic director, because he's still big at Florida State. Right. And they've got a special thing planned, and they did. They've had this video of me talking about how much Florida State means to me and about the Indian Spear and the Seminole and the Chief, on Renegade with Chief Osceola. And then they bring me out to the center of the field, and fucking Renegade comes out and rears up, and the burning spear goes in, and I'm crying. And they take me up, and I meet the president, and I meet, I just have the time of my life.
Wow.
And my buddy calls me, and he goes, hey, are we good now?
No.
I go, we're good.
How did you find out, though?
She kind of told me. She told me in stages. She's like, we might have hooked up, we might have kissed, and then next thing you know, it was like a little more than that, a little more than that, a little more than that. And then by that time, and you got to realize I'd only been with 2 chicks at that time. The first girl and her.
Right.
And I'm certain you've probably never been the word as a cuckold, but it is an embarrassing feeling to be cheated on and everyone know about it.
But you.
But me, and everyone knew about it. It happened all summer, and everyone knew about it.
And ain't nobody hold on.
No one told me.
How many friends you have? Did you have any friends? Clearly, they're not as close as you thought they were.
A childhood friend, a guy I grew up with, I've known since I was like probably 4 years old, Pat Fagan, found out about it and said, if you guys don't tell him, I'm telling him. But everyone kind of knew about it, and I didn't know about it. As a matter of fact, on that trip to Clemson that I'm telling you about, I found out the weekend after. The weekend after that trip, or the Monday when we came home, I found out that Monday. And so.
Was there ever a situation that you weren't there, but she was there waiting for you to get back and he was there?
I'm certain. I mean, it's like, it's so devastating to be cheated on and to have a community know about it and you not know about it, that it really kind of, it's defining. It's traumatic. It's they say, what is it? Rejection from your peers is worse than death. And then you had to reassess your friends. You had to reassess who you loved and who you didn't love and who you cared about and who you didn't trust anymore. And then they have friends and you don't have those friends anymore. Right. And so I got beat up by a friend too one time, and that same thing happened where it's like you pick sides. And by the way, I'm certain you've never been beaten up, but like getting beaten up is like
you got beat up.
I've been beaten up a couple.
So you got your girl took, and you got beat up.
A couple of years later, it was a different guy. It was a different guy. I met good friends.
Did it hurt, Bert? Did it hurt more because it was a friend?
Yes.
Because as opposed to someone you don't know and it happened, but the mere fact that he knew that you were seeing her, she knew that was your roommate, and they still had blatant disregard for your feelings.
Yeah. Oh, it was devastating. It was devastating. And what's very interesting about this story is I had just come back from Russia, which is probably my most famous story about getting involved with the Russian mafia. So a lot of people are always like, they go, hey, you went to college with Bert. Did I ever tell you that story? And like I said, I wasn't a big self-promoter in college. Right. But more importantly, when I got back from Russia, my reality was that I had been cheated on. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't telling anyone about my trip. I was like, yo, I'm devastated. I remember my buddy Mike Osborne, this is when my drinking really ramped up too. My buddy Mike Osborne, God bless bros. He gets in his car with me and he goes, I don't know what to tell you, man. This sucks. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, I can tell you this though. If we get a 12-pack, 4 beers in, it's gonna feel better. And I was like, let's do it. And we got a 12-pack. We went over to Clint Munn's house and we drank 12 beers and both between us. And at 6 beers, I go, I don't feel that bad anymore.
Right.
And he goes, well, then we'll do it tomorrow night. And he's like, I'll be here with you every night. I love when the guys do that. Billy Gardell, my daughter fell one time, broke her jaw. We were on the road. Billy Gardell, one of the best, big Billy, he was drinking.
For Mike and Molly.
Billy Gardell says to me, buddy, you get on a plane tomorrow, okay? Now, you got to be a dad when you get there. Now, there's 2 choices. One, we get you back to the hotel room, we put you to bed, you get a good night's sleep, you get on that plane, you go home, you take care of your little girl. Number 2, obviously, we go to the bar and we drink until we get you on that plane. Whichever one you pick, I'm in. And I was like, I want number 2. And he goes, let's go. And me and Billy sat at a bar until like 5 in the morning. He goes, let's get you on that plane. And dude, I love a guy like that.
National Lampoon's Van Wilder. Yeah. Ryan Reynolds played that. That story is about you, correct?
I guess. I mean, I feel disingenuous saying that now because I've made a movie.
Yeah.
And I know how much hard work goes into a movie.
Right.
And I know how much ownership you take over a movie that you make.
Right.
So it still feels weird to be a kid saying, that's my story,
right.
you know? But I'll tell you that.
But it feels like your story.
Well, the day it came out, I'll just say this. The day it came out, I got a call from my agent and my manager, my lawyer, and a couple agents on the phone, and they said, this was stolen from you. This was your story, and we want to sue. But the movie, you got to remember, the movie didn't come out strong in the theaters. And I was like, okay. And I got to give this guy credit. Barry Katz was on that phone, my old manager at the time. I go, let's sue. I was really butthurt. I was really hurt that they had done this, that they hadn't involved me, that they hadn't consulted me at all. And I had been there at the beginning processes of it. I had consulted at the very beginning of it. And Barry goes, Papa, there's 2 types of people in this business. People who work and people who sue. Pick which one you want to be. And I went, I want to work. And he goes, then don't sue.
Right.
And I didn't sue. And I've worked my entire life.
Yes.
And I say this honestly. I would love to meet Ryan Reynolds. I've never met him.
Right.
But when he almost came to my Red Rocks show this last time I did Red Rocks. He was doing something with an agent. The agent tried to bring him today to catch a flight. When I meet Ryan Reynolds, I would love for him to say, I'm a fan of your work, as opposed to, so you're the Van Wilder guy.
Right.
I would like the Van Wilder thing to be a footnote in a career that I've made for myself.
Right.
And I think,
because you're much more than that.
I think so.
Yes,
so that's why it feels weird talking about it now. But yeah, I mean, thank God I never was a part of it, because that would have been my pony.
Yep.
You know?
I love that. You want to work or you want to sue?
It was, dude. And I took a meeting with a company one time. My Big White Whale has always been a TV show about my family.
Yeah.
My Big White Whale has been that forever. I took a meeting with a company over by where Netflix's radio is. I don't know why I like small details. Over by that Target by La Brea. And they were like, and they had my book on the table, and they're like, we're huge fans. I was like, oh, thanks. And they're like, our business partner couldn't be here today. He was in a little bit of a motorcycle accident, but we would love to do a TV show with you. And I was like, awesome. And they're like, we've been fans of yours for like 27 years. And I was like, it's impossible. I was like, what? At the time, when Tony said I was probably 25, 22. Right. I was like, that's impossible. And they're like, we made a movie called Van Wilder. And I went, oh. And then I walked out of that meeting and I thought, thank God I never sued. Because here's what I've always wanted. And these guys have the opportunity to give it to me. And if I had sued, I would never have had that opportunity.
Do you think they know it was about?
They had to. They had to. I mean, they had to. And so, I mean, they had my book, and I think I wrote about it in my book.
Right.
But and their business partner was Ryan Reynolds. He had been in a motorcycle accident in Canada in a parking garage. And so, yes, I would love to meet Ryan Reynolds. I've been a fan of his forever. Obviously, before everyone liked him, I was a fan of.
Right.
I haven't seen Van Wilder, but I'm sure it's a good movie. But yeah, I would like for him to like what I do, as opposed to that.
Would you like to do something with him?
Fuck yes. Deadpool fucks Bert Kreischer in the ass and make a porn. I don't care. I'll do a series of those. Deadpool Raw Dogs, Bert Kreischer.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party, because you know we like to do something before 2 something.